Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode here. It's Pads YouTube. My name is Pads. And today, the video is all about my motovlogging setup or my camera setup for motovlogging for this year's 2023. If you are a aspiring motovlogger or a beginner motovlogger, this is the best video for you kasi you will find out the end game camera gear to get you started on motovlogging. But before I proceed, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and follow my social media accounts. Hit the like and then share so you can help me and my channel grow. Okay, so ano yung sinasabi kong endgame gear? Endgame gear is the gear that you're aspiring to complete for your motovlogging setup. Of course, when you are starting your motovlogging career, if you are on a budget, you'll have to, stagger the gears or the cameras that you are going to get. And eventually, you'll come up with the cameras that you need for your motovlogging adventure. So this video will serve as a guide on what cameras that you need to buy in order for you to complete your setup for motovlogging. So in my experience, there are three main cameras that I've been using for my content when I do motovlogging. One is my main camera, okay? Number two is my POV camera or for my angle shots. And then number three is my aerial camera or my drone. Those three types of cameras are what I usually bring with me whenever I go on a motovlogging content. So, number one, what is my main camera? My main camera is the GoPro Hero 10. Ito siya. What are the accessories that you need for your GoPro Hero 10? Syempre, you have to get a mount. You'll have to get a good or decent mic with your camera. Lucky for us, the GoPro Hero 10 or the GoPro camera series have a decent mic. Okay na siya for motovlogging. For the mounts, that depends on your style. In my experience for this year, I am not using any chin mount. I just have that already on my helmet just in case that I need a POV for my helmet. Other than that, the mount that I've been using for this year is the neck mount from the Telescene. I have made a separate video for that. Go check that out. I'm gonna link in the description. So, hindi na ako magde-delve into details for the neck mount. All the pros and cons will be on that video, so check that out. Okay? So, ito yung ginagamit ko for my mount. Additional accessories for my neck mount is the magnetic adapters. Ito yung magnetic adapters. You can just easily take this out. It's magnetic. Okay? And then, I can easily transfer this. For example, I have a monopod. It just easily clips. Parang ganyan. So, I can use it. So, that's with the neck mount. On my GoPro, I have a foam casing for my GoPro. What this does is it acts like a windshield for the microphone of the GoPro. What this eliminates is the muffling sound whenever you are riding. Yung parang parang ganun. It eliminates that and so that your voice is much more clearer when you are recording. Okay, so that's what it is. If you're asking bakit hindi ako gumagamit ng mic adapter or media mod, one is that this one is easier to set up compared to media mod and then the mic adapter because of the wires. And at the same time, it eliminates a lot of weight on the camera. Kasi ito foam lang, yung media mod, it adds another series of weights or nagpapabigat sa camera. And at the same time, yung mic adapter, syempre bibili ka pa ng casing for the mic adapter so that you can position it on the GoPro. And another thing that I don't like about those is that sinisira nila or they destroy the Type-C USB charger for your GoPro camera. So, that's why I don't use them anymore. That's why this is my main setup for my mic for my GoPro. I'm gonna go ahead and create a separate video about this. Pero if you are looking for a proof on how this one performs without the media mod and the mic adapter, go check my Alapasco camping video. This is what I've been using for that moto adventure and moto camping. Ang ganda ng kuha niya. So check that out. On top of that, my main setup, I also have a accessory for my GoPro. It's actually a lens mod. This is the Max Lens mod. I have created a separate video for that as well. I'm gonna link in the description yung video na yun. So check that out. I've delved into the details on what's the pros and cons if you're gonna use the Max Lens mod for your GoPro. Basically, what I like about this accessory for my GoPro is that one, it has horizontal leveling. Basically, horizontal leveling is that it prevents your camera or your footage from tilting. Meaning, gumaganon siya. Ayan. Pero dito, if you're using this mod, the footage will stay level. If you have been watching my contents lately, my travel vlogs especially, the footage is actually amazing. Hindi na siya nagtitilt even though if I'm walking or if I'm pointing to something else. So that's one thing. The second thing is that it has a wider angle compared to the stock lens. So mas malaki yung kuha niya. Go check out my latest travel vlogs. Ito na yung ginagamit ko and ang ganda ng kuha niya. It's very stable. It's very wide and it actually gives you a much more, stable shot whenever you're walking or showing something. Okay? So that's for my main camera right there. For the second camera, this is actually optional, pero most of the motovloggers are running a front-facing camera. And for me, the best front-facing camera is a 360 camera. You can choose from a GoPro Max or an Insta360. GoPro Max is a little bit older compared to the Insta360, which has a new version out right now and it's user friendly. Pero if you have this, the GoPro Max still does its job for a 360 camera. Now, bakit 360 camera and hindi ako gumagamit ng another GoPro? I have my old GoPro, which is the GoPro Hero 8. Pero the point that I'm using the 360 camera is that it can take all of the angles whenever I'm riding. Pwede siyang mag-shoot ng front, pwede siyang mag-shoot sa akin, front facing. It can shoot on the sides. So if ever that I'm going to show something whenever I'm riding, whether it's a beach, a road, or the mountains, press ko lang yung record and then all I have to do is just edit the footage on post-production or yung mag-edit na ako. Ganun lang kasimple and it eliminates the hassle for me of, pointing my head or my body kung saan ko gusto kukunin yung mga magagandang shots. Okay, so that's the main purpose of the secondary POV camera. The accessories that I use for this is a 360 pole, actually a very long pole. Di na kasya sa camera kung gaano to kahaba. Okay, and syempre I have the quick release magnetic adapters as well, kasi para at least if I'm gonna go ahead and change poles, for example ito, I can just go ahead and simply swap it. Okay, last on my camera gears for motovlogging is my 3-year-old drone. This is the Mavic Mini 1. This is the first generation that came out. 3 years na sa akin to and I have a lot of memories with this drone. Ang dami niya nang nakuhang footage para sa akin and every time, wherever I go, I always carry this for me. This is my go-to aerial shot camera whenever I go. Travel vlogging, motovlogging, moto adventure, moto camping, lahat na lang. For me, this is a must-buy if you are doing contents kasi it gives you a different perspective on an area where you're trying to go. Sa akin, all the footages that I take from this drone, sinisave ko talaga kasi you never know, those footages can be beneficial for your future videos. Kaya kinukuha ko talaga to kasi iba talaga yung mga drone footages eh. So maybe you're wondering, okay pa ba yung Mini 1? Para sa akin, okay pa. The only downside for this is that whenever there is not enough sunlight kasi medyo outdated na yung camera nito, for low light, it doesn't give you a good footage pero as long as there is enough light or maliwanag yung araw, it's not gloomy, it's not on nighttime, then this will get the job done. So this is my go-to drone camera. Okay, sa lahat ng mga binanggit ko, siguro if you are looking for a budget and want to skip other cameras that are unnecessary, I would suggest get a main camera, which is the GoPro. Kasi this cameras right here is a all-in-one. Kasi ginagamit ko rin to, mag-dive ako, and ginagamit ko rin siya whenever it's rainy sa mga lakad ko. So this will not get wet easily compared to the normal cameras that we have. I also actually use a Sony RX100 right here. This is actually my backup camera, pero I seldom use that when I go on my trips. Mostly ginagamit ko lang siya if gabi yung kinukunan ko ng footage. Kasi this one, the GoPro, the drone, then the 360, it doesn't do well on low light, especially sa mga nighttime. So I have the Sony RX100 right there just for backup kapag hindi well lighted yung environment whenever I do motovlog. This is the camera that I would recommend to buy if you're starting your motovlogging career. Okay, get a decent mount, get good accessory for a mic, whether if you're gonna opt for a medium mod or a mic adapter, spend cash on that. But if you want to go budget, okay din to. I'm using this, the best talaga to. Wind shield for your GoPro mic. Ayan. And at the same time, if you have extra cash, I would recommend to purchase the Max Lens mod. Okay, so maybe you're asking, should I buy the older versions? Is that okay? Or should I go after the new ones, the newly released GoPros? The idea behind that is that if you don't own any action cameras like the GoPro or Insta360 or DJI cameras, go for the newer ones. Okay, but if you have an old one, like for example for me, I have a GoPro Hero 8, okay pa rin sila. Depende na kasi yon sa pag-angle mo ng shots on how you edit your footage for the outcome of your content. And then syempre, after you buy your main camera, I would suggest you prioritize this, yung drone, kasi iba talaga yung dating ng content mo if you have drone footage. And then syempre, depende na lang sa iyo, option mo if you're gonna opt for a secondary camera or your POV camera mo. Okay, so that's it for my motovlogging setup for 2023. I'm gonna update my setup next year for the 2024 if there are changes. If not, then this will be my setup still. I'm gonna go ahead and create separate videos for each one of these, detailing the things that I like that may help you on choosing or picking the best cameras for you. If this video is beneficial for you, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and then follow my social media accounts. Hit the bell so you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. Ride safe, travel more. I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye!